time to bevel. So here's the first thing I generally do, which is do my lifting. And it sort of acts like a round beveler, but it's technically called a lifter. I think it looks kind of like a little boot. And it has a circle end, and so you just fit that little circle end into those portions where it fits. Like this. And I kind of try to walk it in there. Then you find other ones. This pattern doesn't have very many, so you could go without this for sure. For sure. And maybe right there. Like I said, this pattern didn't have very many, so not super necessary. But then for bevelers on this one, I'm going to use my fairly steep bevelers. These are just hide crafters, which are really, these ones happen to be made in the USA, but they're not a high dollar brand. But they work pretty good. I mean, I think this tool here was less than $10. And you know, if it works for less than $10, yay. And then just pick a spot, start beveling. I am probably less efficient than I should be because I'll bevel all this out and then I'll go back just a little bit in case there's any choppy marks where I wasn't very good and get those worked out. So I'll just go do all of these sides and then I'll turn and come back, try to be efficient, and then work through the other flowers. So hold on, be right back. Now that I've got all of that beveling done, that's about all I can do with that bigger one. So I have two smaller sizes. I'm going to grab the pretty small one because then I can get in some really tight places because see the size difference? And I can get in places like right here. And just get that little bit. Or if I think I need to get in a little closer somewhere. So sometimes I bevel like now as my first step. Sometimes I shade as my first step. I don't know that there's a right way. And I do one or the other. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling or how I think it will look in the end. I would say though, mostly I bevel, then shade, and then I go back in later and re-bevel, which I know sounds very inefficient, and it is, but I think it makes things crispier. So I don't mind. I don't mind so much a little extra work if it makes it look good. But this time, obviously, I'm beveling before shading. So that brings us to the next step, which is going to be shading. So when we come back, that's what I'll be doing. I'm going to use some thumbprints, vertical lined thumbprints, to do the shading. See you there.